What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about why the market is going down. And are you going to buy crypto when the market is at this bedrock price and while crypto is going down? Or are you going to wait until we start going way up before you decide? Or do you just wait for a confirmation that crypto is going to continue to go up and not down after this? So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to weigh the pros and the cons of doing those things and whatever happens after that. So I notice at the beginning of my show every single time, I have about 7 or 8 people that join the live stream that leave after the first like 30 seconds of the video, and it makes my stats go down a lot, so YouTube doesn't bring more people back. So I would appreciate especially you people at the beginning of the video, give my video like at least a few minutes of a chance before you leave. That will, ensure that it doesn't affect my video in a negative way. Because when we have 7 people at the beginning, I watched it today to make sure, because it happened before and I was trying to make sure it didn't happen again. We had 7 people at the very beginning, and then all of them went away except 3. So, and it happens every video. Like there's a bunch of people waiting just to do that. After like 10 seconds, they leave. So after 10 seconds, you don't know if it's a good video or not. So that's what I'm saying. Please just give me a couple of minutes before you decide to leave, guys, because that's not fair to my channel. It would be better if you didn't come here, not you guys that are staying, but the people that just come here for 2 seconds and then leave. That hurts my channel. So just at least give me a chance to, explain what's going on before you leave, or just don't come, because it hurts the channel worse when you come and leave in 2 seconds. Anyway, we're going to have a good show tonight. I have a lot of stuff that I'd like to talk with you about crypto and how we are doing. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And Bitcoin is sitting right now at about, let's go look at that. That'll be the first thing that we talk about. I was still in the middle of sharing all of my videos, and it seems to, I run into complications with my technology not working. Yeah, so anyway, Bitcoin is sitting at 42,000 right now, and this is why I'm not worried, because it is actually following my pattern exactly. And it's probably going to go down even further, probably to about 39 or 38 before we actually go back up. I am going off of this pattern right here, this 2-month bull market in this all around bear market of these $60,000 prices. And it's prolonging this bull cycle. So that's adding to the lengthening cycles. This is whales that are manipulating the price down. Just like I said when I very first started the channel, and when the retail investor misses the ship doesn't come back. But when the institutional investor misses the ship, this is the institutional investors missing the ship on the first route up. Well, so this is what happened. I'm going to explain it in pretty good detail. So the first time around, Elon Musk was asking Michael Saylor about Bitcoin. He was like, is it even possible to make a purchase like that big of a purchase through a company? And Michael Saylor said, well, yes, that's possible. We've done it. I have a playbook. Come look at it. Well, none of the other institutional investors at that time were on board. It was Michael Saylor basically and Elon Musk playing around with, whatever Elon Musk does. And if he decides something and it sticks, I think Elon talks about a lot of stuff, but not all of it sticks. And this stuck. And not everybody knew that it was going to. So when he bought in and the price went way up, all of his friends were at his ear like, hey, man, let's pump down the price. We didn't get in. We didn't know that you were going to take this seriously. Now we do. We understand. Let us in. Please say something bad about Bitcoin or get it down, and then boom, Tesla no longer takes, Bitcoin for Tesla. We have this dump. Other news, China ban, everything, boom, 2-month bear market, right? A very, very manipulated 2-month bear market that shouldn't have been here. Like I've always said before, this is probably how we should have had it. And then maybe a smaller dip down here, and then up here again. And then we probably would have had at the end of December, a drop, right? That's a normal bear market. Okay, yep, you are seeing that. All right. That's a normal bear market. That's what happens. You have a cycle and then boom, it's done. Yes, you have some big corrections, but not a 2-month long bear market correction. Even if we went all the way down here, we should have only maybe had a couple of week consolidation. And after this, we probably should have started going up again, and then having the end of the market still with the drop off. Okay, so instead we had this push down, a 2-month bear market with another month to recover, and then they saw that it worked. So the first time they did it, they were just trying to, the institutional investor was trying to get back in. So that's how this happened. Then they saw, well, hey, we just prolonged the bull market. We just made lengthening cycles a real thing with pushing the market back like this. So we extended the bull market 2 months. So instead of ending in January, now we have February, March, where Bitcoin should top out. Okay, then we go up. Maybe you could count this extra month. Maybe you don't. I would probably maybe count a little bit of it, maybe this much. So maybe 2.5 months tops. But half of that month is on the way up. So really 2 months of a down before the up. Okay. Then they saw that it worked, right? They're like, well, if we just do news at the right time, we have control over the media. We just use the media to our advantage. Obviously, there's whales. The whales are doing this. This is who I'm talking about. The big money, maybe corporations. I'm not exactly sure who the whales are. Whales are whales, right? Exchanges, individual whales, lots of money people. They saw that it worked. It worked the first time. Well, what do? Whoops. What do, guys? They go back over here and they do it again. They're like, hey, it worked the first time. Well, let's do it again. Why not? If it worked the first time, and then there you had this. This is why this is here. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to do the exact same thing it did here. And then we're probably going to have another, and this will be the end of the bull market this time, I think. I'm really pretty sure it will be the end of the bull market after this next run up. If the lengthening cycles theory is true, right? If not, we are in bull market, bear market. I don't think so. I think Bitcoin was designed to be a cyclical coin with supply and demand, and I think it will continue to be that, but the cycles can be manipulated, is what this shows. You can prolong them, and you might be able to shorten them. I don't know. That is to be determined. But obviously, it can be manipulated if you have enough money in the market, which it does now. So that's what we have here with Bitcoin. Are you going to buy? That is the big question, guys. When the market's like this, are you going to buy? Well, if my theory is correct, oh, yes, you do buy 100%. But that's all this is a theory. It's a pretty good theory. I'm not going to lie to you. That's why it's stuck. That's why it's like stayed with me. And it's still relevant. So until it is not relevant anymore, until the cycle breaks, until it doesn't match up anymore, I'm sticking with this. And it looks pretty spot on to me. And I have an explanation for the whole thing as well. So it's not only chart evidence. I have, factual evidence in the charts. I have motive, which is, the whales prolonging the market for prolonged gains. And it could have something to do with the crypto tax bills. And they might want to be prolonging the market to get as much money as they can out of it before, all the tax bills hit. And that could be individual whales that are doing that, because when more regulation that happens on crypto, guys, you realize the more the more the market's probably going to go down, and it might actually really affect the market in a negative way. And it could cause, us to go into a bear market, a real bear market of between, I think we probably won't go to 10. I think our new bear market's probably going to be 15 to 30,000 somewhere, 15 to 25. A real legit bear market, bottom. Like last time it went to 10 for a couple of years and under 10, 8, 7, like that. So I think it's probably going to be like from 15 to 25 or 15 to 30. I don't think it'll go, maybe not even that low. Or this is our new bear market. Because technically, I mean, if you look at altcoins, we're in a bear market in altcoins. It's like Bitcoin is in a bull market and altcoins are in a bear market. Or I wouldn't even say Bitcoin's in a bull market. I would say Bitcoin is in a consolidation period or like a sideways market. It's like, yeah, Bitcoin is neutral and altcoins are bearish. Because if you look, these are the lowest prices. Remember when I was selling my my Algorand at $1, what was it, $1.72 I sold that? And I was like, I can't wait to buy back at $1.50. And everybody was like kind of worried that I did that. And they're like, well, yeah, you might make money or, it might just go up because it is Algorand, and I did have that thought too, because it is Algorand, but where are we at? And I'm pretty good at reading the market. Not saying I can beat it every time because trying to beat the market's really hard. I don't recommend that. More dollar cost averaging, just buying the dips and stuff. But, that's also beating the market when you're buying the dips. Right. And when you dip and then it dips even further, you buy a dip at like $1.31. What's to say this doesn't break down and we go to $1.15 next? Right. So but the chances of that happening are very slim. Right. The lowest has been is $1.26, which is the lowest it's really been in months. I think we went down to $1.26. We wicked down there somewhere. This is a 4-hour. That's why. Yeah, we definitely wicked down. Right here, I think. Ooh, $1.26. Yeah, and then we went even lower right here. Look at that, $1.21 for Algorand, guys. Wow. And look at all that volume coming in. Yizers. See, I don't get this. That's why the title is called Would You Buy Crypto Right Now or Would You Exchange It? Now, what I'm saying exchanging, I mean, are you trading it for another crypto? Are you trading it for a stable coin? Or are you trading it for US dollars or your own currency? What are you doing? I'm not. If you wanted to know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying hold. I'm not saying sell. You do what works best for you, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and why. So I'm holding my Algorand and I'm collecting more because I know the value of this. And I know anything if I buy under about $1.50, I'm good to go. I'm the cheaper under that is the better, right? But I'm collecting crypto and I know the value of the future. And this was my first conversation I ever had in a chat room about crypto. And it was when I was on a site and people asked, why are you doing this? Like, you're not making a lot of money. Why are you doing it? I said, not for right now. Said I'm doing it for the future. And I had nothing back then. At that point, I had $0 in the game. I had no skin. I mean, maybe I had like 20, 30 bucks in crypto that I had earned from taking like surveys or stuff. But other than that, I had nothing invested in crypto. And I was like, I'm doing it for the future. And I just collected enough, as much Satoshis as I could. And then I started buying and, that's when the stimulus checks came in the world. And that's another reason crypto went up that not a lot of people talk about, that I don't really understand why. And if you guys think about where we were at this time back here, let's go back and look at Bitcoin now. I really want you to understand what's happening and why. So if you go back and look why there's not as much retail interest, I don't think it has to do with people not being in Bitcoin as much. People are holding their Bitcoin right now strong. And when they bought it is when the stimulus checks came in, guys. You remember all of those checks? Almost every one of these peaks back here coincides with with a stimulus check. Did you guys know that? Almost every one of these peaks. That's why we had 3 or 4 of them here, or 5 even. And we only had 2 over here. Because every time the government would send money, nobody was working, and everybody was trying to stretch their money as far as possible. So if you got whatever, like $1,600, you're like, man, but that's good. But, I have like $8,000 worth of bills. Thanks for the $1,600. I need more So what do I do? And crypto at that time was really good for doing that, like taking your money and stretching it as far as possible. And that's really, guys, that I'm going back to the roots of why I got onto the channel, why I did this. So everybody was struggling, man. And I remember, and so I was just like, man, I'm doing good though. And it made me feel kind of bad, like normally I'm the one that's struggling and everybody else is doing good. Like, so it was a point where I'm doing really good with nothing. Like I'm making a mountain out of nothing. I'm creating wealth out of nothing. Like, and I didn't know that was possible legally, right? Every time in my life that I ever found easy, quote unquote, easy money. This is not easy money, I found out. But it's illegal or it's bad. And so I try to stay away from stuff like that. So when I first saw this, it gave me that feeling, right? And I'm sure all of us have had it. And that's what the government has because they don't know it like we do yet. And once they do, I think they will change their minds a little bit as well. It's not just used for criminal activity. Actually, Bitcoin is one of the coolest technological advancements of our time. And so once the whole point is when at that time everybody was losing, right? Everybody in the world, not just everybody was losing. But shops were closing down. Just the world sucked. And so I wanted to show people how to make the most of that money. I didn't say it directly, hey, use your stimulus checks to buy Bitcoin. Never said that actually. So but I was trying to show people that there is a way to get, more out of your money. And I was like, look at Bitcoin. And I was telling people at $10,000, before my channel started. And I think my channel started in February of 2021. So right around here. This is right where my channel started. This is when I was telling people, guys. So I was telling people before the big pump. Okay. And I was like, yes, we're going to 60,000. I called the $60,000 Bitcoin right here somewhere. Before it ever reached 60,000 before. I called it 60,000. Go check me. Go check it. I said, we're going to go down to 42,000. And then it went to like 43. And then we're going to go to 60. And it went to what? 64. So I was pretty darn close on my predictions there. I was wrong on the time. I said 12 days and it took like 20 days, but I was pretty close. And then boom. And I was just trying to show people the money. There's money to be made here. Buy strategically. And when those big dips happen, I got super scared. I didn't know what was happening. And then I got used to it. It happened a few times. Stimulus checks were distributed each and almost every one of these points, or somewhere before them. And then it hasn't happened for a while. We haven't really had another one of those points, except for the institutional investment and all that other stuff that started happening, right? So a lot of money went in over here and not as much went in over here. As you see, the volume is so much more over there than over here. But yet we still went to these high prices. Why is that? Now ask yourself. So Bitcoin is all about supply and demand, right? That's the way the code is written. For supply and demand. So that's how Satoshi wanted it. Over time, there's less and less Bitcoin. Now that has exactly to do with it. There was way more Bitcoin over here on the market. Now there's so much Bitcoin in either cold storage, locked up, or just not moving that it makes the price automatically stay at 40,000 in a bear market instead of going back down to 10,000. And that is another argument why I have to say why Bitcoin is not done. And this is an actual prolonged push down bear market inside of a giant bull run. We haven't had that giant blow off top. That's not a blow off top. If it was, it would be straight down, kind of like this one, except much, much more. Right? It would have continued to go down. We would have had this big one followed by another smaller one, and then maybe even another smaller one, and another smaller one, and another, until it was finally at the bottom, right? So we got caught up right here. That's because obviously Elon Musk bought in right around this price, right at 33,000, and it'd be right before this. So over here, he bought over here. So, and he was still holding a bunch right here. Why would he, that was my argument back then. Why would Elon Musk not use all of the richest man in the world, right? Some days, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. Why would he not use his vast fortune and his vast resources to make sure that he doesn't lose money? And he would, I would if I was that, and of course, or his friendships. See, he might not even have to touch his money. He just may call, hey, You guys don't let it go down 33. Come on, man. Yeah, you know the favor I did and I dumped it? Yeah, you promised it wouldn't go lower than 33. All right. I mean, come on, imagine that call. Just imagine that. So guys, don't worry though. You know why? Worry if we start going to 30. If you see it go to 32, then we're not in this pattern anymore. So I think it could even go to 38, maybe 37.5, and still be along with my pattern. This one did only go to 28 something right here before it went up. So I'm going to be looking for a 38, maybe even a 37 to really trick us out. They might even go hard and do a 36er, but at that point, then I might worry. So I think it's going to go right down to about 38. I just do, and then we're going to. So let's follow this. We're going to keep our eye on this level right here. But I'm buying, guys. If you wanted to know, I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm buying altcoins. I don't recommend people to buy right now unless, you know, this is where a lot of money is made, though. And that's why, you know, if I'm dollar cost averaging, I'm not just going to wait for the next 5 months to buy crypto. I'm still dollar cost averaging. I'm buying these prices. You know, especially Algorand is at what, $1.31? Heck yeah. I'm buying Algorand at $1.31. Tezos? Wait, that can't be the price. Yeah. So $3.90. I'm buying Tezos at $3.90 today. For sure. So maybe not like a lot, but yeah, dollar cost averaging like 20, 30 bucks. Yep. At $3.90. Then if it goes down to $3.50, 20, 30 bucks. That's why I'm not saying put like $1 million in at these levels, but don't stop buying crypto because you're scared. Like, what? Dude, this is the good times. This is like when people were asking me, why are you buying? If the market's going to go down, what is the point? What if it goes down? Then I'll buy more at a cheaper price. Yay. You don't get it. If you guys are thinking short term, you don't get it. And I want you to get it. I want you to be just like I am. And that is not financial advice. That's just life advice, guys. You know, like, come on, just stop it, chill it out, look at the patterns, look at the fundamentals, look at the facts, look at the charts. I mean, we have all this information like we've never had before right at our fingertips here. And all of it is telling me that, you know, this isn't over. This isn't the way a bear market ends. Yes, we do have kind of a shoulder, funky looking head and shoulders pattern here, but look how deformed it is, just like this one was. And it didn't play out because normally deformed, funky, partially formed shoulders don't play out. So that's the good part. If this would have been a fully formed shoulder, it was a little bit of a threat. And it might have already. See this part and that part, but yeah, no, that's a big head though. So yeah, things are looking good. Is there any crypto? Let's go back to the chat, see what you guys are up to tonight. What up, Ryan? Good to see you, dude. Tim, a good coin, then leave it alone for 2 years. Oh, now if I was, that's a good title for a video. Mr. TN, you just found the next title for one of my videos. What would we call it? We'd say, that's a good one. Which coin would you consider to buy and hold for 2 years right now? And then I would go over like all of the coins that I would consider, you know, being a 2-year purchase. If you were going to buy it and just leave it alone, don't touch it for 2 years, and what could make you the most money. And if you look at the time, that's what I would do as well. So the cycles go like this, guys, right? If you think of 2013, then 2017, right? And then 4 years after, that's 2021. Then we got 4 years. So that's going to be 2025, right? Is our next, or even before that. So the year before that kind of gets us ready for that. So 2024, 2025 are going to be the years that we look at next for our big money. So what is it right now? And so would that be 2 years or 3? Let's calculate that before we do that and say how long we want to do that. See, that's a good rabbit hole you got us going down there. Let's see. That's why I always tell you guys to comment in here, because you never know like what your comment could click and make it a good show. So I'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Just comment like, you got good ideas too, and I want to hear them. So that's what this is supposed to be, an interactive show. So it's all about us together. That's why I do live streams and why they last for about an hour, because I want everybody to be able to get in here, not only, get their voices heard, but learn something and, make money, guys. Like I said, I got into this because everybody in the world was losing and I found a way to win. And I wanted to share it with as many people as I could. So that's what we're doing. And so if we think, going back to this, if we think, okay, we're in 2022 right now, we need to make it 2 years to 2024. That would be May is the halving. And it was a couple months after that it really started to go up. So we're talking about, so if it would be 2 years from May, and then a couple months after that, we're talking about 2.5 years, almost 3 years from now. So I would probably say, yeah, if you hold a coin for 3 years, we'll be in the next bull market by then. So even if, okay, this is a perfect argument. If you buy a coin right now, let's say you bought Algorand at $1.31, and say we go down, the worst case scenario happens, and Algorand goes down to like 90 cents, or we go into a full-on bear market, okay, worst case scenario, and it goes down to like 46 cents. Like that just wrecks us. That just took like 2/3 of my profit right now, gone. Well, what I would do, I would buy a lot more, but I would automatically turn this into my 3-year purchase. I would buy as much as I can at these low prices and then wait for 3 years, because I know that in the next bull market we go into, oh, it's going to go to at least $2-3 again. So yeah, I might have bought it at $1.31, but if we go to $3, that's going to be way higher. And then it gives you another chance, if it does break down, to buy at these low prices. And then worst case scenario, it takes you 2 to 3 years tops to make your money back. So that is a good question that you just asked there, man, or point that you made, or whatever you want to call it. It's really good. Yeah, your statement that you made, because that's a good plan. And that's why I like showcasing my admins on here. This is one of my inner circle people. So yeah, buy the dips when it's possible without going broke, right? Yeah, that's why don't put more money than you can lose. That's what I'm saying. If it's only 20, 30 bucks at a time, you know how fast that adds up? Guys, I was only putting $1 or $2 at a time in crypto at first. If you have $1 or $2, that's fine. You could become a millionaire putting $1 or $2 in crypto at a time. Or 10,000 or whatever. You can make money, I'm saying. Just with a little bit. The more you have, the more you make, of course. But yeah. Bitcoin into UST Terra. Okay. Yeah, if you want to do stable coins, that's another thing. But right now, until we break below 38.8, but by that time it would be kind of hard to, exchange them for going down. But yeah, I would just go into winter mode at that point and be like, okay, hibernation. Bears don't eat all of their food all at once for hibernation, right? It stays in their body throughout the whole thing. And that's what, we got to learn from them and hodl our crypto like they do their winter snacks inside their bellies, right? They don't just like dissolve it all at once. And so we can learn from our animal counterparts. So yeah, now could be a smart thing though. It would have been really smart if you would have done it at 63,000. Remember that video that I did here? Let's go find that one, because I do want to show you this of why I do advocate to do that kind of thing at times, guys, because, I wish I would have never bought back in. That was the thing that I did wrong. I bought back in because I thought we were going to keep going up, but traded BTC for DAI at 63K. I think that's what it was called. Let's see. Oh, come on. Okay, there it is. Half my crypto profits to DAI crypto. Okay, and then I did it with Algorand before, but whoa, look how much. Oh, it was only a 1-minute video. Okay. How much? What price did I do it? Let's look.
What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin as it is blasting off after this Bitcoin futures ETF. And I just took half of my Bitcoin in profits. I converted basically $4,000 in Bitcoin for 3,921 DAI coins. It cost a little in fees, but I took half of my profits. If it goes up to 100K, I'll take the rest. If it goes down, I'll buy more. So, definitely want to take your profits in crypto, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, common sense, but you have to take profits. That's what we got in this for, and I'm taking some of mine right now, guys. I'm in here to make money, not just sit on my Bitcoin forever. All right, guys, that being said,
yeah, so that was Bitcoin at $63,000 that I did that. I traded it to DAI coin at $63,000. I don't know why I didn't put that in the video. I should have. But yeah, that was at 63, and people were like, well, why'd you do that? You know, Bitcoin's going to 100K, and then it only went to 69K and then back down. And I think I bought back in at like 59K, unfortunately. Imagine if I would have waited till right now to put, you know, the 4K back into Bitcoin. That would have, you know, instead of having 0.14, I probably would have doubled that to 0.28. And that's a good way to make money if you put it in at the top. And that's a good thing. That's what he's talking about here, King Love, when he said he put exchanges BTC into UST Terra. That's what he's doing. That's a stable coin. So when you do it at a high price, you know, it mitigates that risk just in case Bitcoin's going to go down. And it probably is going to go down to 38 before we go back up, guys. So if you are doing that, make sure that you get back in, you know, at that 38 or whatever that level is, you know, if you're going to do that. But make the decision only on the way back up. And if it breaks that level, you're not going to want to buy back in, right? You're going to want to let it fall down, you know, and hold your stable coin until the lowest it can go. So those are good things. Oh, I didn't say anything about this. King Love mentions it looks like Express Crypto is down for good and unable to find his EC user ID anywhere. Many people may have this issue as all the partner faucets have wiped user IDs from their sites and being the only way to apply for liquidation. No. They wouldn't be offering money. I understand that you're worried you don't have your EC user ID, but they don't have to give anybody anything. That's why a micro wallet, guys, even when I first got into a micro wallet, and I know we all trusted EC, but it always says, always take your money out every 2 weeks. Now with Express Crypto, that made it harder because they were staking, right? And so people were really trusting them with their money. And so that's why it kind of sucks to stake on a third-party platform without any backup. Now the staking, they should have backed up, like off-site, all the staking funds, and that's what I would recommend them to do next time if they do start running again. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling them it kind of hurts my feelings that a lot of my people, you know, got, you know, their money lost now and they have to go through this whole thing. But, you know, that's the name of the game. And that actually, before you ever get into a micro wallet, I was warned about all of that kind of stuff, guys, that you could lose all of your money in a micro wallet. And that's why I didn't have a lot of my money on there. And that's why I kept taking my staking money out, you know, and would only put, I could have put like $10,000 in staking on there. And I almost did at one point because I really wanted to help them and I wanted to utilize it. But imagine if I would have had 10K on there right now, dude, I would have been so beyond mad. That, yeah, and I can understand all of you. So I can understand what you're talking about, what you're going through, but they're going to pay it back. They don't have to, but they are good people. And I think they're going to pay you back. So, okay, by law, they might have to, but they could probably fight it, disappear and say, what law, who owns it? Who, you know, they could play that game, but, they don't seem like the people that would do that. That's why I said, don't call scams. And until we find out what they're doing, I still say that don't call scams right now. They had a file that got corrupted. Now, if they say they're going to pay people and they don't, then yeah, of course, that would be them scamming people. But for right now, I really think they're going to pay people. And that's my opinion on it. But then again, you never know. You never know. So I'm not going to advocate for them. I'm not going to stick up and say they're going to pay people nothing. I am distancing myself from EC, guys. I'm sorry, EC. It was different when they thought they could recover it. It's a whole different thing now that's completely lost. You guys basically lost everybody's stuff, and that's not okay to me. So I'm sorry. I'm just going to distance myself. If you guys could please just not mention it on the channel anymore. I think I did them a very good service by updating the people on it, because they helped me out a lot with my channel, letting me promote in their site. So I think that, I owe them the respect of that. But for right now, I'd like us to not talk about it any further. I hope, if you want to right now, you can say since we're talking about it, you can say your last little bits right now about it if you want to. I'm giving you that, freedom to do. But after this, I would appreciate it if we just don't talk about it anymore on the channel, because, it's just an unfortunate event that, has nothing to do with us on the channel here. But a lot of us on the channel were affected by it. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to say something right now, it's fine. If not, I think we should just drop it after this. But buying Bitcoin, this is such a good thought, guys. And I really want, even after this, maybe think about it. Guys, get a journal. I'm advocating so much for a journal, not just for crypto, but I know I always get in these life tip things, but a journal has changed my life. Just journaling thoughts and, going back and looking at them, and, especially with crypto, getting ideas about crypto, or, my trading, my profits. Don't you want to go back and look at, hey man, I made a profit here. How did I do that? And that's what I always do. I always go back and look at my last successful moment, or a few of them, and find out, hey, what did I do? Because sometimes without even knowing it, we get off track from our normal routine. And then if we can go back and look, hey, this is boom, and you can go right back to that thought process that you were at that time when you did it, and get you back on track. And that's why I advocate for a journal, and I advocate for staying grounded in your thoughts, not just for crypto, but for your life as well. And when you do that, it's basically, that's why I say take control of your finances. That is an action word. Take control. I don't just mean, yeah, you got crypto, you're in control. I mean, literally do everything that you can to ensure you're going to win. Study the prices, write it down, write down your wins, go back and look at them. Look what you did wrong, look what you did right. Find the things you did wrong and don't do those. Look what you did right and try to repeat that. It's kind of the same thing with YouTube videos. If you do good, you want to repeat that. And sometimes that's hard to do, narrowing down what it is that, but when you write it down, you have it documented, it's a lot easier to pinpoint what that thing is, instead of just a whole smorgasbord of stuff that's, not written down, just flying through your head. It's a lot harder to narrow it down, I'm telling you. So journal, guys, get one. I'm serious. I got tons of them. I mean, I'll give you one. I'll send you one if you really, I got them everywhere. Tons of them. You got to have them. Now, pens, on the other hand, for some reason, I have a ton of journals, but one pen. I need to buy more pens for sure. I hate writing with no pen. It's actually impossible writing without a pen. Got my eye on you. See, it might be good, but you promoted here, so shame for not backing up your backups, mate. That is unfortunate, because I don't want to go in there because I don't know the details, and I don't like to speculate because, what if it was just a random bad thing, just things happen, technological things happen. But yeah, you should be aware of that. But we also, as consumers, should be aware that if it breaks, we can lose. Now they putting that staking platform and the savings platform on there, that took so much more responsibility onto them, and it really should make them have like you said, backup a backup. Because staking, how they have the staking set up there, I don't know, but they had to have a node elsewhere. Because they're staking a full node, I think. So they're acting as that node and getting all the rewards and then distributing them on Express Crypto. So all of the staking rewards and the saving rewards should be safe, guys. that's my thought process on that your staking and saving rewards are safe and they're going to give them to you because they do it offsite on node. They're the node. Like a Tezos has a baker. Go look it up. And that means you have to have 1,000 Tezos. And then you can run a node on the Tezos blockchain. And then you're the one who does that. And you take everybody else's money in a pool. And that's what they're doing. They're taking all of your stuff and acting as a delegator, or a baker. And then they get delegators too. So there's just so much into that I think there is probably on that part. I don't know about the savings part. For the staking part, it should be backed up through a node. So not promising you anything, but I think that is what's going to save your guys' butts. It's their node and you send your crypto to the node. The database can record who had what. Yeah. Okay. So who had what? Okay. There's got to be a way to retrieve that information somehow. So what they should do is they should screenshot the amounts like once a day. That would have solved that problem right there. If all they would have to do is like at midnight every day, screenshot the accounts, especially the staking ones, what everybody had to that's all you'd have to do is screenshot it. Boom. And then you know what everybody had. So if they didn't do that, that would worry me as well. Not going to lie. Yeah. But for the most part, they need to take responsibility. And I think they have for the most part. And I think your staking rewards are safe. But yeah, as for being able to know how much you had or whatever, that's true. How are they going to know? So I don't envy them. I'm going to pray for them for sure. I hope it works out. I'm going to pray for all of you and hope that, you guys get your money back and, so. Is that my car alarm? If it doesn't shut off, it's got to be mine. That's right where my car is too. Sorry, guys. I might have to go. That doesn't sound like my alarm. All right. Well, we'll give it a couple more minutes. If it keeps going off, I guess I'll go see what's up with that. But yeah. Did I miss any chat? I'm not sure if this shows me all of the chat. Let's see, live chat. Yeah, see, I'm not getting Justin's at all. Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's still going. Hold on one second. Let me at least. Oh, that's not my car. Okay, it's down the road. But from right where I'm sitting, it sounds like it's coming from that way, but that's the echo. And my car's over there, and the horn's over there. So not my car. Thank God. Well, hopefully nobody's messing with someone else's car. This is a bad neighborhood for that. That's why, like, normally if I was somewhere else, I wouldn't care. This is such a bad neighborhood. They came and cut off my catalytic converter underneath my car and just took it. So that's why I had to buy the new Hyundai Elantra that I have. But that's fine. I kind of needed a new car. I liked my old Honda, though. That was the first car I ever owned. I didn't get a car until I was like 32 years old, and I got my driver's license and my car all in the same year. I just started to change my life in my late 20s, and yeah, because after my divorce, things went south. Definitely. And then my ex-wife got my daughter taken away and then told them she didn't know where I was at. So that was definitely rough. But you can change your life. I went from nothing to having a lot of cool stuff, having sponsors. I'm actually actively seeking new sponsors, guys. So if anybody's watching from companies that really want to get their name out there, I'm really good at marketing. I'm really, a hard worker, and everything that you give me, I will definitely put to good use. Definity took a chance on me, and they're my first sponsor ever, and I thank them for that. Even though it was a community award grant, they're only sponsoring certain videos that I do. I just thank them for taking a chance on me and giving me a shot to prove myself, and I think I've done a pretty good job so far. And yeah, Bitcoin can change your life, but it's all about your mindset. If you're grounded in here spiritually and in here mentally at the same time, then it could change your life, and so just keep yourself grounded. You can have, good relationships built off Bitcoin. I've met a lot of good friends and a lot of good people in crypto and the crypto communities. And so that's why I advocate for it. The more I get into it, the more I like what I see. When you're on the outside of Bitcoin, it seems scary and, foreign and kind of dark. But when you get into the actual community, it's like, it's like you think of a carnival, like it's a scary, and then you get there and it's like happy, fun time. That's a pretty bad analogy, but it's pretty, it's just what, Bitcoin stigmata used to be, that it isn't now. And so, if you want to do an AMA with the channel, or if you're looking for, just to put your name out there, we'll put you on the screen right here, or put you in the description as well. Nike, anybody, Pepsi, let's go. No. All right, guys, that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!